business owners not posting on social media is not a victimless crime. You're killing your business. As a matter of fact, Trinity here, person who I had a chance to meet as a result of social media, and then you also pulling up to an event that I was hosting, your pull-up game is strong is what I heard.
The pull-up game that I have is the best in the city of Houston, point blank period.
And just combining that social media brand awareness, that virality, also with your ability to pull up, how has that been beneficial for you?
It's allowed me to meet a lot of individuals that I never would have connected with in any other way, not only through social media, but of course, like in-person interactions has just bridged the gap in a lot of ways. I feel like I know a guy for everything. Anytime I need someone to get something done, I always have a contact on my phone that can either connect me to that person or is that person directly.
And also, when you're at the pull-up and you're meeting people that otherwise didn't invite you, but then they can recognize you, how beneficial is that to already have that familiarity in place?
It's always interesting to me because I get so used to creating content that I forget that there are actual people on the other side of these views. So when someone comes up to me like, oh my gosh, like I've seen your videos on TikTok, I'm like, those views are real people, aren't they? Like, it's always just so humbling. I always really appreciate it. I take time to get to know them, talk to them a little bit, and let them know I thank them for even watching, because if they weren't watching, I would still be posting, because I love posting. But still, it's always just great to really see who's on the other side of the content that I'm posting.
And a lot of business owners are so busy building the product, building the business, that they have psychological blockers that stop them from posting online because they do think about it being people on the other side of those views.
Yeah.
How are you able to set it up to where you kind of don't actually see it that way?
So it's really more of, as I got more results and got more experience and had more of those interactions and I could see the results. Like, I tell all business owners, like, I promise you, it may sound crazy, but just wait until the clients start coming in and they're like, I saw this on TikTok, I saw this on Instagram, I came because this video told me to. And when you see it one time, that should be the only sign you need that you need to go full force and take it seriously.
Oh my God. Okay, we gotta stop a little bit. You guys don't know who she is, who I am. My name is John. I'm with B2C Creative, kind of like a media and events agency out here in Houston. This is Trinity Jackson. Honestly, it's my first time really getting a chance to talk to you one-on-one. I mean, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so Trinity Jackson is the name, the Trinity Jackson across all platforms. I am 24 years old, proud college dropout. I am someone that's really been looking to figure out how to best put my skills on the forefront. And I feel like talking is something I'm really good at, being creative. And through my last few years, I started dibbling and dabbling in social media. And through getting good at social media, understanding what it takes to get someone to know, like, and trust you from a video online, I was able to transition that into helping businesses get clients to know, like, and trust them enough to even go in person, from watching a video on TikTok or Instagram to actually being there to give them money, to make transactions. Just launched my own digital marketing agency, Jackson Media, as we get started gaining clientele and being able to help more business owners get organic reach on social media so they can continue to grow their business.
And I like how you say organic reach, especially when these business owners really aren't able to apply capital, just running crazy ads, which sometimes are ineffective anyway. Understanding organic really helps build that customer bond. But social media has been changing. TikTok came out of nowhere. It changed the game around COVID time. And then, of course, you have these other different platforms where you might be on LinkedIn, where you got B2B sales. So depending on what business service you provide, all those things matter. How are you kind of factoring all these different variables into how you provide services?
So I provide services around all platforms. This is my main thing, is because you're right. TikTok, there are millions of people on there. Instagram, millions of people. LinkedIn, millions. YouTube is still the #1 video sharing platform. So why focus on one when you could be maximizing all of them? It's free to post on all these platforms. You have to pay for Google ads. You have to pay for Facebook ads. It's free to get reach on LinkedIn, on Instagram, and TikTok. And those people that all you do is make a video and people will come in and give you real money. So it's free to post on all of them. That's why I tell people all the time, like, why would you not maximize your reach and maximize the potential of this video, this content, by posting on as many platforms as possible? So I'm on everything. I'm everywhere, and I'm still constantly figuring out how to better optimize my own system, my own strategy, so I can be more present on all these platforms.
And the thing is that at the end of the day, it's somebody's job. Like, I mean, I think when you're somebody who may see yourself as multi-talented, you might think that I can do this and I can do that. But then if you start hyper-fixating and get good at something, you realize, like, okay, this needs to be somebody in entirety handling this process.
Yeah.
How is that dealing with business owners and getting them to understand that they need to maybe find some assistance in doing it versus what they need to be doing themselves? Because it seems like you're a big proponent of volume too.
Absolutely. So my thing is, it's marketing at the end of the day. People have marketing departments. That's not new. And it's like, if it's something it's not your strong suit, and if you want to get results, because you can dibble and dabble and post every once in a while and you can maybe get by, but if you want results, if you want an influx in your business that you've never seen before, and this is why I tell all my business owners, I said, no matter what you've been doing in the past, I'm going to show you how to really get this done. And it's because I'm really detailed. Like, I'm going through, I do extensive research. There's things that you have to do. There's steps in place to get the right results. I feel like they think that just making the post and putting anything up is better than doing nothing. Well, you're right. Something is better than nothing.
Personally, I think it can be worse than nothing.
That's what I was just going to
Okay.
say. I was say, but you could be doing the wrong thing for so long and you still won't get results. So you could either do nothing or you could do the wrong thing consistently and you still will get no results, period. And that's what I actually was just working with a hairstylist, and he was always making the same same type of video, not really getting any conversions from it. We made one video. I did it the way I do it. He got 10 new clients that same week. I'm like, see, you could have done your same thing and maybe got 10 clients over the course of a year. I do it the right way, in a specific way that I know works, and now you get 10 in 1 week. So it's like, it's just, there's levels. So there's levels, let's just say that.
I remember when we first had our first conversation, we talked about, you know what I'm saying, Alex Hormozi and Gary Vee. And one of the things Gary Vee, he always talks about, you got to stop making content selfishly. I think that's one of the first things when you start realizing, like, there is an algorithm. Like, one of the things is, if you get somebody to share your content, they're force feeding somebody else your content. They're beating the algorithm. So if you start increasing opportunities for shares, that increases the chances that people see your stuff. Mm-hmm. Is that something that you have to teach your clients? Is like, right now you're creating these same videos because you might like them. Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I understand maybe that's simple for you, or maybe that's, you're just trying to, once again, you're doing the wrong thing consistently and you're still not getting results. And maybe you just want to at least say you're doing something that makes you feel better. But at the end of the day, you have to think, why would someone come, like, what can they get from this? Like, why would somebody come to my business after seeing this? What about this video is interesting, engaging, informative in any way? It's like, you're using the audio, you're using a regular audio, you got a couple clips, and that's nothing. And then in the caption, there's nothing. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna scroll past this and I'm gonna keep it pushing. The people that are gonna be doing well are the ones that are giving information, or at least entertainment. If you're not gonna educate, at least entertain. One or the other, or put them together. As edutainment is what Alex Hormozi calls it, and I love Alex Hormozi and Gary Vee. I study them all the time. So these are all things that I've learned through them as well.
And I like them too, because they kind of just have turned their lifestyle into content now, which is like, at this point, Gary Vee is just like triple taping his meetings and Zoom calls and turned it into a YouTube video.
And that's what I love, because Gary Vee goes to show something that I tell everyone, is that everything is content. Like, I record and edit, post myself every single day. I just share my life with people.
I will say something, and I noticed this with a friend of mine, I hope she doesn't see this, but she's also a performer, and I noticed that she was always trying to copy the content of superstars. Like, she seen like Kim Kardashian post or something like that. She's not realizing, like, just that person's presence and what they've done makes their content perform better. Like, they could just post a picture of a bottle of water, and people are like, yo, what does that mean? What's going on? So understanding, like, I guess somebody's resume kind of can definitely affect how their content performs. Have you kind of thought about that before too?
I really the way I always tell people is just like, it's easier to be your authentic self. It's easier to just share. Like, what I do is, like, all the content I've made in my entirety is always, I'm already going to the gym. I'm just going to record me doing it. I'm already brushing my dog. I'm just going to record me doing it. I'm already going on a road trip. I'm just going to record. Like, I don't make my life about content. I make content about my life, and it makes it so much easier, because I always have things I'm living. So as long as I keep living, I will continue to have things to share, and like unique experiences. Everybody has their own life. People think that they're not interesting. Oh, I have nothing to talk about. I'm like, you have your own life though. You could be living in Kentucky, and I've never been to Kentucky, and I would be interested to see what y'all do. Maybe, I don't know how interesting Kentucky is, but basically you have your own things to talk about in the Kentucky field of things. So maybe I would watch just to get your perspective on life and things like that.
I mean, ultimately, sounds like documentation is really content creation.
Absolutely.
Just really just using it as an archive, because I always thought that if could see just my great-great-great-great-granddad, if he had like a YouTube channel of just doing the most mundane stuff, it's like, bam, now he ends up having 300 kids over the course of a lifetime. Like, bam, we already got something to look at. So. Actually,
and it's like, not even if you had, like, documentation through the years has been important. Like, even though they didn't have the videos, like, we value, like, books from the, like, way back when, like, things that were written,
cave
pictures. Yeah, like, documentation through the years has been like how we're able to share the stories of the people that are not here right now. So documentation at the end of the day makes everything a lot easier. So even in the future, like I'll be able to show my kids what I was like when I was 24, and they'll be able to even watch the videos that I'm making right now and maybe learn from the things that I'm currently doing. So documentation has been important in human history. That's why we have history as a whole, is because of documentation. So now in the age that we're in, of course, like everybody has phones, everybody has cameras and things like that. Like we can document ourselves at a higher level. So it makes it like, why wouldn't you? Like, why not? Even just to be able to capture these years of your life and be able to remember it in the future, I feel like that's even a good reason to do it as well.
I mean, because, a lot of people might take a book and then transform that into a video content. They didn't write the book, but they just simply transcribed it into a video form.
Absolutely.
So just kind of, I guess, updating it to the modes of how people are consuming things is content creation opportunity for a lot of people too.
Exactly. And one day my videos will be turned into holograms, and that'll be the documentation of 2075. I don't know, but it's going to continue to show. Yeah, with Neuralink, right? We'll be downloading things in our brain and whatever. But the things that I'm creating right now, I expect people to be able to learn from and enjoy for years to come.
And I think social media, since 2020 COVID, I think a lot of people ended up going super digital, super fast. And then it ended up kind of isolating certain people. And so that's why I've been kind of also personally focusing on using social media to kind of bring people together to events.
Absolutely.
And I think businesses need to start also be doing the same thing. Like, how can I get this customer into a physical space? And then, of course, as I learned in B2B sales, that increases your conversion rate. If you have somebody in your actual space, you can actually sell a whole lot more efficiently, and you need less people. Like one handshake is worth almost 10,000 views at the end of the day.
That was a bar.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
So I know with you helping these business owners get their business with content, how are you kind of helping to operationalize this community togetherness?
Yeah, so bringing first, of course, like wanting to get clients from online to in person in general, especially after the event, that would make because then at an event you can create a community. Now they get to meet the owner. They feel like they're creating relationships. That's why I tell every business owner, I'm like, you really do want to build a relationship with your client in as many ways as possible. So once you get them in the system, of course, like the email marketing, you want to make sure you're doing the text marketing. You don't just want to stop at social media marketing. That's why I want to tell everybody, I'm like, there's really many levels to it. Having an event is marketing. Running emails is marketing. Text messages is marketing.
Billboard.
Yeah, like it's like the more the merrier. Social media is a great way to start for free, but like you still have to have other ways to bring your community in front of you and be able to share with them like the story of your brand, of the story of your business, so they feel connected to you. Because at the end of the day, people stay with businesses that they feel connected to. My mom has a hairstylist she's been going to for 10 years. She will travel back here just to go. Like they're connected. They have a relationship. So even though she could go anywhere else, like she knows that Tracy knows her and they have a conversation, whatever the case may be. But being able to not only get them on social media and have them engaging with your content, but engaging with you as many places as possible, because then they're really investing in your business at that point.
You bring up a good point too, because I think I heard somebody else say it, but if you're not really keeping your customers, your business is going to fail. You can't go out here and fight for a new customer every single time you need to make a sale.
Absolutely. And I think Alex Hormozi had made this one great point, because he was comparing his business to somebody else's, and he said, based on the numbers, they had made the same amount of money, but he had brought in like so many more clients. But he said these two businesses made the same amount of money because even though he brought in these new clients, they retained the same clients. And then the next year they brought in new clients on the retention of the clients that they had. So it's like at the end of the day, the whole goal isn't to just continue to have this client turnover. At the end, like if people are coming, they should honestly first things first be telling other people about your business, because word of mouth is still the best way to build, period.
I mean, social media is just word of mouth anyway. They're just going to share your post, go see this person, book with this person.
Exactly.
I'm buying this link. Yeah.
Exactly. It's someone that confirming that this is a good business. Like, oh my gosh, I went here. I love this service. Oh my gosh, this product was amazing. I'm going to share it because I know my friend, my family is going to love this as well. But you still want to make sure you're retaining those people, because that's just like business, period. Because if you're always having clients turn over, there has to be a reason for that. So before you focus on getting more people, figure out what you can do to keep the people you currently have. Maybe asking your clients, why did you leave, or what was it we could have done better, doing those type of interviews and caring. You have to care about the fact that, don't be like, you don't want to be flippant with the fact that, oh well, they come and go, whatever the case may be, we just get more. I'm like, okay, that's not going to last very long, because eventually people will start to figure out why so many individuals don't stay or don't continue to purchase or don't like the service.
And you got to saturate an area, especially if it's something that's that's localized. In-person experiences, like there's only so many people in the zip code that can actually do business with you.
Exactly.
And, I mean, and honestly, it also makes me realize too that you got to be creating content to acquire new customers, whether it be problem awareness, business education on what you actually provide, but then also content to keep your current customers, whether it be ongoing education, like say you're in the beauty services, how to use hair care products and things of that nature. Even with your mom, as you're talking about, like maybe posting pictures of the different hairstyles, so now you get some actual endorsement of your clients and stuff like that, and testimonials.
Yeah,
are those
or
type of
maybe
things
even
you have
like,
here?
well, if you have like a community, if you're building a community and like you start to have more retained clients, maybe even like some inside jokes, maybe some of your content is things that like people in your only people that have shown up would know, like about the, like, you know, what the front desk manager is like or whatever, like something that they would only know once they experience it. So it seems like an inside group of people like, oh wait, like I want to understand this. I want to, you know, I think inside jokes after you built the community, not doing it all the time, obviously, because you don't want to, like, you know, make people feel like they're outside of what's going on. But after you built a community and you have some people that pull back up and you have people that are like showing up like consistently, yeah, maybe you drop an inside joke on the timeline that only a couple people understand, but the people that get it, they get it, and now they're laughing and they're engaging, and that engagement, exactly. And then more people are going to build. It's going to build curiosity. Be like, I want to get this. I want to understand this. Things like that.
So when it comes to this next version of your life, this agency that you already flying across the country, handling clients and stuff like that, are you going there like we're going to get you viral right away? Or are you going there like first we need to get this in place, then we can worry about this? What is that onboarding process like?
So the onboarding, I'm really getting a full understanding of what their business currently has in terms of marketing and what they need. So after my first client, I already decided that we do need to be a more full-scale digital marketing agency, because I was like, okay, like I think you need, I was looking at their website, I was like, okay, like this website is going to lose clients, because I could do my best. The thing about it is I'm so confident in my social media skills. I'm not going to say we're going to go viral, you know, virality is never my goal in the first place. I'm going to get you consistent. I'm going to get you I can get the numbers though. I'm going to get people to see this business and come in person. I get the numbers. I've gotten results. I'm confident in that. But if I get the results and I make the video and people are going to the booking site and the booking site is less than impressive, or it doesn't work, or it's not functional, or it's too slow, these things are going to have people trickle off. So I'm like, okay, you need to work on the website. I'm like, okay, well, you need a favicon. Like I'm sending your link to the picture of why I'm sending your link is like also not your logo. So you got to work on that. And then like, where's your logo? So it's like, as I was going through, I was like, you need more than just the social media. You need the email marketing, the text marketing. You need a new website. You need a logo. The branding, like the brand as a whole needs improvement. So it's working on just figuring out how I can best provide marketing services full scale for any business that needs help, that wants to get clients and keep clients and be able to grow their business organically on social media, but also intentionally through other marketing avenues such as email, events, text messages, things like that.
And I think when people hear branding nowadays, they just think, oh, it's just online content creator. It's like, no, that's not branding. That's like what you said, having the logo there, having the small things happen to where somebody who's a high performer is looking at this person's business like, okay, they got it together. They get it.
Exactly.
Or you just don't want things to stand out too. And like, oh, they don't have it together.
Exactly.
Like I was all down, but then they don't have this right here. They have misspelled words here. The colors are inconsistent. The font colors are inconsistent.
Yes, it's like your branding is really from online to the website to in person. What can people expect? And as long as you're consistent from start to finish, and people are, you know, you're the business you said you were. You have, it's all about the image. Like, what is the image of this brand? And that also will go into the content that you're creating. That'll go into the emails you're sending. It all plays a part. So if it's not all consistent, it feels like clients are going to fall through. That's why I told them. I said, I'm gonna do what I do because I'm confident that in this area, I'm gonna deliver. I'm guaranteeing you, clients are gonna fall through here, they're gonna fall through here, and they're gonna fall through here. Guaranteed. Not because of what I'm doing, but because you didn't have the infrastructure in place to even maintain or nurture the people that wanted to come to your business.
And then on the flip side, you got some people who do have all of that stuff together, but then they don't have the traction.
Yep.
I know a lot of times they might even reach out to an influencer like you to help endorse their brand, their product and stuff like that. For some people out here who might want to be that person, that influencer that can take on those endorsement opportunities, what's that life like?
So first things first, I don't even wait for endorsement opportunities. I reach out. I'm like, hey, I think I could help. I always send examples of I've been able to help these businesses. I made these videos. I think I can do the same thing for you. I'd be more than happy to discuss a collaboration so that we can work together. So I don't wait. and it's worked time and time again because I get results. So you can go to my page, you can go to my videos, and now I have people that reach out to me like, hey, can you come out here? Like, can you come to this? Can you come to this? But you have to be confident in your skill set and that I can make videos that convert. But for businesses, depending on influence marketing is great. I had done a video for a business and they had got a client that same week and they had not got a client for the specific service in 3 months, and it was a $700 service. So they got a person that day, didn't post, but they don't post. They still don't post on their own. So influencer marketing is great if you plan to also do your own content. If you plan to just depend on an influencer to come in and do everything, it's like that's one video, maybe two on a one-off occasion. You still have to have your own content.
That's inefficient marketing.
Exactly, because then people come to your page and once again, it's just like, oh, this is not cohesive. I saw this video, the video looked amazing, and I come to your page like, is this business open and active right now? Doesn't look like it. You haven't posted since 2022, but you got an influencer coming here last week. Why would you do that? And then you still don't post. So that business, I told them, I literally gave them the full blueprint of what I would do if I were them, because I do that for everybody, because I just love to talk about it. They don't do anything with it. I'm like, okay.
And it's crazy too, it's like they see you do it and it works, and yet they don't want to do it for themselves. Like you just see me make a video post, and it brought you clients. Wouldn't you want to teach yourself that?
And you don't even have to teach yourself. While I'm there, because mind you, I genuinely want to help. So the business I was talking to, they were telling me they weren't, like, we're talking, they're not profitable. I'm like, okay, not only do I want to make sure that I do my best to bring a client in, of course, but I'm going to tell you, I think you should be doing this, if you did this, if you did this. And this is just all while I'm sitting there getting the service and everything. And I'm telling them, this is what you need to do. And I do that with every single service provider, anyone that I work with. I will tell you what I think you should do, even if I'm not here. And I'll give you the game. And the reason I'm even starting my agency is because I realize that they can have the blueprint. They can know exactly how to do it, and they still don't want to do it. It's still like, oh, okay, it's the doing, it's the planning, it's the recording, it's the editing, that they're like, I don't want to do that.
It's somebody's job, man. That's what I keep telling everybody. And that's why I'll give somebody a video for free. Like, sure, here go 100,000 views, whatever.
Like, here go 100,000 views, take it.
Yeah, your website, I mean, this is what I would do, as you say, this is what's going on, this is how you throw an event, this is how you get people in here, and then it's like, okay, it's next week again. Like, yo, can you do that again? It's like, yep, now we got to talk.
Yeah, like, how long do you want to go through the cycle of you need someone to come in to market your business when it's literally free to post on these platforms? It's free to post on Instagram. It's free to post on TikTok and Twitter, and you would rather, like, it's free. That's what's always so insane to me. But once again, why I offer my service, I'm like, okay, let me just see how I can help, because telling them isn't helping them enough. I made a course that wasn't helping enough. I'm like, let me go do this so you can actually see it. And maybe if you see 30 days of content, post it consistently, consistent engagement, consistent clients pulling up, you're like, maybe I should pick up this camera and actually make videos. And even while I'm there doing a content shoot, I will tell them, this is what you do, this is what you do, this is exactly what I did to bring all this together, and you can do it yourself next time. You don't have to completely depend on me if you don't want to. I'm literally trying to help you, literally. It's like, I want to talk about these things, I enjoy talking about it, that's the reason why I do it in the first place, but some people still just don't want to do it.
And I think it's very beneficial for people to just kind of get confident in doing it. Like you said, once you kind of give them the tools, they can go out there and they can start doing their own variations and iterations of it all, because at that point, that's when they can start seeing just the exponential returns, because they did something that was super personable to their style and the way that people receive it. But, I think people, they already have it in their head that they want to do it. They don't want to be this type of person. They kind of already have preconceived notions about it all. Mm-hmm. I can see judgment in people's eyes, like, oh, you create content. I'm like, yeah, aren't you on social media all the time? Somebody's creating that content.
Exactly.
Aren't you watching TV? Somebody's creating that content.
Exactly. And people get in their head about judgment and about what people think, but I've been creating content for 3 years. I've never had any negative interaction. When people hear that I create content, or they see me out with my tripod, they're like, oh my God, what do you make videos about? And then I tell them, and then they follow me from there. So I've never had any, and I'll bring my tripod out anywhere. And it's not small either. It's 5 foot, it's as tall as I am. I'll be in the middle of the grocery store, boom. And if there's a problem, if someone lets me know there's a problem, I'll be, oh, don't worry, I don't want you in the shot either. I'll wait till you pass or something like that, but I'll ask before. I'm super respectful about it. I have not had any issues. So the people, a lot of people are in their head about, it's just like their own insecurity about what people think about them. The whole time, most people aren't even thinking about you. Especially if it's something that's going to help you grow your business, you just don't have time to be, I don't want anyone to see me posting. Okay.
I literally have somebody say, I don't want to be perceived. I'm like, that's fair.
That's fair. You know what? You got that. You got
She's
that.
like,
That's
because like it started working too well. She's like, yeah, just my family's asking about what I'm doing. Everybody's asking what I'm doing. Like, I just don't want it. I'm like,
you got it. Don't worry. You won't be perceived by me or anybody else. But it's like that's no way to. I feel like there's just no way to grow. I think, especially if you have a business, it's kind of like, okay, like if you don't want to be perceived, you're like, I want to be this super low key person, and fine. I won't even try to help. I won't even try to change it. But there's someone else in the same business that you're in that is dominating right now because they post on TikTok and you don't.
I'm about to own the space. And well, Trinity, I brought you here because I wanted to showcase your expertise, content marketing. I feel like, you know, I talk about it a lot on my platform, but having another expert come in here and talk about it as well really helps bring it home. So also, I brought Trinity here because I want her to host an event.
And will. I am honestly...
What ideas do you have?
So I have been working with med spas recently to help them bring clients in person so that they can make some money, especially since med spas are popping up everywhere. So I've been thinking about, I don't know if y'all have heard of them, but they're called Botox parties. People pull up, they get a little bit of Botox in the forehead, maybe a little bit of filler here and there. It introduces them to the med spa. The estheticians could be there showing their expertise, maybe do an IV drip, all the fancy things. Like they're really kind of like higher tier services, so it'll be worth it even if you have an event and you give out maybe some things for a low cost, so just so people can get the exposure to it, and then they will be more than likely to get the full session. Like, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna come in, maybe I got the Botox at the Botox party, but I'm gonna go get the IV drip because I've seen the IV drip everywhere. I saw, you know, I think the Kardashians do the IV drip, so I'm gonna go do the IV, you know, whatever. So that's gonna be my first plan. I think that kind of event would be great, even to have other estheticians come out and I could be there in person once again, kind of doing like a content workshop, showing them how to make content for themselves, giving them tips and tricks, so maybe I can provide value in that way, because I always want to be able to make sure that I can deliver while I have people showing up for me so that they don't feel like they showed up for no reason. Having vendors come out, just like multiple businesses that could be benefiting from this one event space, this one big, you know, happening. So I mean, it's my first time hosting an event or thinking about even hosting an event, honestly. So I'm super excited to even.
I like it because it really brings in the trifecta of things, because you know you got a service that you'll be providing these business owners, but you'll be also using your influence to help attract customers.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if you know 50,000 people, it's like I can't serve all those people I wanted to. I have to find people that can give them the services they need, especially if you know your target demographic.
Exactly.
So then, of course, they also need media and content, which I think is an underutilized aspect when vendors are getting prepared for a market. Is like if they're people who is in charge started creating content for them, so that way the people coming to the event know who's going to be there, know more about them, it really increases that conversion rate. So
absolutely, that's actually a great point to make. Absolutely, I agree 100%.
And then of course it's going to be event day content. So being a part of something like that, especially as a vendor or a sponsor, it gives you at least 2 days worth of content.
Oh,
and you know what you can do with 2 days of content with a person that pumps out volume like that? You talk about a whole month. Now you talk about a monthly event collaboration series. That's how you can have low risk investment marketing collaboration.
Absolutely.
It's been a pleasure.
The pleasure's all mine. Thank you.
Right here, you're going to see us soon.
Mwah.